Welcome to Stop Motion Animation, where you are going to take real life objects and animate them using photography and a GIF maker. So they can be nice and short, or you can make them longer, but this is a fun way to animate because it's real life objects that are moving. So when you are doing this, there's a variety of objects that work for this. Anything that you can manipulate, so coins, batteries, toys of all sorts, like you're seeing here. You can also use stuffed animals. You could act in this yourself by posing, taking a photograph, posing, taking a photograph. And so all of these things, even this paper, you can see like ripped cut paper really works great. And then of course, little figurines are amazing. So while you are setting things up, you want to make sure you have your camera set up in a way that it's supported and staying in the same place. I'm using a glass. We've got my manipulatives that I'm going to be using to animate, so I'm going to be moving them around. I have a base, and it's a little mise-en-scene. I've got a background, I've got a base, and one of the most important things is that I'm behind the camera. There's no shadow being cast by me. So we're going to move these, take a picture, move this, take a picture, move it, take a picture. So I'm just going to make sure everything beforehand is right where I need it, looking at the screen. And then when it's all set up, taking a picture, moving the car, little by little, taking a picture, moving it. And so it's a pattern. And you get into the groove. Once you've got a few pictures, you feel like you know what you're doing. And so I'm going to speed this up, but it doesn't take very long at all. You can see that I'm just doing the same sorts of things, just moving each piece that I need to little by little so that I'm getting all the movement. The more pictures, the better, the smoother it is. Once you have all your pictures, you're going to want to either keep them on your phone and make the GIF from your phone, or you can transfer them to a computer or a different device. And there you want to make them smaller. You want to resize them to be smaller. Our phones and devices these days create very high quality photos, multiple megapixels, like 20 to 6. It just depends on what you have, but it makes for large photos. And so to put them through a GIF maker, you want them smaller. You want them under a megabyte if you can, because that will make the process smoother and shorter. So you can see I'm resizing them on my computer. Another great way of doing this is emailing them. You can email them to yourself. And when you do that, your email provider, whether it's Gmail or whatever, will ask you what size the photo should be. And you can pick small, medium, and large. So that's a great, easy way to do it if you don't know how to open them up on your desktop and do it this way. EasyGIF is the maker that we're going to use. Once you have those photos resized, it's ready. You can click on GIF Maker. And then you're just going to drag and drop all your photos, all your resized photos into the Choose Files box. And so this process, when you hit load, sometimes it's fast like you saw here, but a lot of times it's a little bit slower, and especially depending on how big your photos are. So that makes a huge difference on the time it takes to load them up like this. Now I'm checking this. It looks good. I've got all 18 photos. And what I want to do is I'm going to check to make sure each one is in sequential order. There's nothing out of order. You can just drag and drop if it is. And then what I'll do is at the beginning, I want a little bit of a buffer. So I'm going to copy this first one where there's no action at all. And I'm going to add, 3 to 5 pictures so that there's a nice cushion so that people get a chance to see the chess piece before things start to move. Now I'm going to check to make sure that it's including all the images. So I had 18, so I'm putting 18 in there. I'm going to leave the delay time at 20. You can move this around if you want it to play faster or slower. And then click Make a GIF. And you'll see the cat dance for a little while. This can take some time depending, again, on the size of your photo. And then it should take a second, and then it will play it for you for the first time. And this part is magical. It's, you just took a couple photographs, you moved some things around, and you've got a living thing. It's actually moving. It's pretty exciting. And so right now I'm looking at this and I'm debating about the speed. I almost want to speed it up a little bit more, but I think the more I look at it, I like it. So when I look here, I can see the file size is quite big and 26 megabytes. So I want to resize this thing. I want to get it under 20. And oftentimes people try and get it under 10 because it becomes very shareable. So I'm going to click on percentage, and for this one I'm putting 60. So it's going to be 60% of what it was. So I'm taking off 40%. And I'll click resize image, and then it'll work. And once again, the cat dances and sways, and we scroll down for the resized image, and it's at 10 megabytes. So that's a decent size file. It's not huge, it's also not tiny. So I want to work on this a little bit more and click on optimize. This will be the last step before we save. So when you click on optimize, you're going to see this compression bar. And so you can slide it up and down. It says right there, 30 is light compression, so it's not going to change the image much. 200 is heavy and will make it pixelized. So I'm going to go with 75, click optimize, cat sways, and then we zoom on, or we scroll on down, and we see, look at this. It looks pretty much the same, maybe a little bit grainier, but now it is 3.95 megabytes. So at this point, I'm going to click save. It's going to save to my downloads, and it's ready to be renamed and submitted as a project. You can also send it to your mama on a text. It's very mobile. You can use it and send it to anybody at this point. For those of you that want to make this and take this further, feel free to do extra shots. So, you know, if I have a shot going from the side where this piece is getting hit, what if it's from the top? What if it's from a different angle? Maybe there's a bigger story. You can make this bigger. What I'm showing you here is a good project. It's what I'm expecting. However, you can earn yourself an excellent level by taking this further and making it more interesting. So, great job taking a look at this, and good luck on your project.